Hi everybody, Bridget White here from ElizabethGraceGardens.com, and I have my good friend and florist Margot Johnson here with me, and she is going to help us create 3 beautiful Thanksgiving centerpieces. Thanks for being with us, Margot.
Oh, you are so welcome. All right, so today we are going to do a centerpiece and a pumpkin, which Bridget carved out, and we just put a 5-inch cylinder in it and filled it with water. And then we're going to do an oasis arrangement and a bubble bowl arrangement.
This is, by oasis, she means using this wet foam, floral foam. And you guys, I'll put links and pictures of all the stuff on my website so you don't have to remember what the names are and stuff. And here's the bowl.
So, I love to green all my vases with this stuff called Pittosporum. You can get it pretty much anywhere. And it really helps you to form the shape of the arrangement. So you just kind of want to take some leaves off so there's no leaves in the water, and you just kind of put the greens around it so it's like collaring the vase.
So kind of in like a spray pattern around, so you're covering up all the edges of that bowl. And this is one of the fillers that I see typically in the stores, correct?
Yes.
Another filler that she'll be using today is this beautiful silver dollar eucalyptus. We actually use a ton of this. Margot helped me do a wedding last year, and this really fans out in some of the larger arrangements, and it looked absolutely beautiful, you guys. So silver dollar eucalyptus is one of my absolute favorites, and it smells amazing. So, and we're just filling this full of filler flowers. So use more than you think you'll need, you guys, because the more bountiful and full it looks, the better, and the more stable it will be to hold up all those flowers. I see there's a bunch of fillers in there. We have the Pittosporum and the eucalyptus.
And then we have kale.
Oh, the decorative kale. Here, you guys have to see these. These are beautiful, and I always see the outdoor ones where they're like these huge ones in pots, but these she got in by the fresh flowers, and they are so neat. These are gonna go in like every arrangement I do from now on.
I'm also putting some roses. I always like to put either spray roses or regular sized roses just to help get the shape down.
And then I'm just very curious. Do you remember what these are called? Otherwise I'll write it down.
Silver Brunia.
Silver Brunia. You guys, these have like these cute little white baubles on top, and it almost looks like half fern, half evergreen. It is just the coolest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like that. That is beautiful. And it just adds this really pretty texture to it. What's that white greenery that everybody sees?
Oh,
that's kind of
Dusty Miller.
Dusty Miller. It reminds me of Dusty Miller, but even neater than that. And tips too, if you're using a real pumpkin, like if you can find a fake pumpkin that looks really nice, use that. If you're using a real pumpkin like we are, a good tip is to keep it outside in the cold weather until like a day or maybe 2 beforehand. If you do need to get this ready beforehand, once you cut it, keep it in the refrigerator or keep it outside until right before you need to put it out, the pumpkin part, because once you cut a pumpkin, it will start to grow mold within 2 to 3 days indoors. So if you do have to cut it and make it a couple days ahead of time, just make sure you put it in the refrigerator.
You can also get this like preservative that you spray in it.
Okay.
I think you can get it at Michael's, or you might have to just look it up, but if you spray it in there too, it will help preserve the pumpkin as well.
Oh, and keep it from rotting.
Yeah.
That would be great. Okay, you guys, so this turned out absolutely beautiful. Margot is a genius. So if you went to buy this in the store, made as is, it would probably cost you anywhere from $75 to $100, we estimated. But if you make it at home and you've got the pumpkin already and you've got the vase and you use similar items to what we've used, this is kind of just a general guideline of textures and colors that might work really nicely together. But you can make something similar to this for anywhere from $20 to $40, I would say.
Depending on the size of your pumpkin, to if it's a small one or a big one.
Yep, so just go ahead and have fun with it. All right, so that was centerpiece number 1. And let's go ahead on to number 2. You wanna do this one?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so we are going to do, this is green foam oasis. You want to soak this stuff for at least 24 hours, just so it can absorb water, and then when you stick your flowers in it, your flowers will live, for 5 to 7 days. You just have to keep putting water on top of it, so then it can just keep soaking up the water, hydrating your flowers.
Yes.
So you also want to, there's this stuff called, it's Oasis tape. We don't have any, but we can just use regular tape. I would probably suggest getting Oasis tape, just so it can stay a little better, but we'll do this.
So, and is this just to hold the foam in?
Yep, because like if you pick it up, then it won't like fall over.
Gotcha.
Some people would think that it's like attached already, but
Right.
yeah, this will help it stay. First, we just want to put like greens or some filler flowers in, just so we can hide our tape in the green foam. So we're just going to shove it in.
And you just stick this right into the foam.
Yep, with the foam, because you're gonna have to put some more flowers in it, that you want to try to like shorten your stems so they're not going all the way in, because you're gonna need to stick more flowers in.
Okay.
And the more stuff you have in it, the harder the flowers will
It's gonna run
stay.
into each other. Okay. So keep your stems short.
But enough that they're in the oasis that they won't fall out.
Yes. So we've got a few of our filler flowers in here so far. This burgundy colored leaf right here, this is actually called smoke bush, and you might actually have that right out in your yard. That is a common landscape bush, and it is big and beautiful. And if you don't have one, plant one, because they are beautiful. And then she's also got the silver dollar eucalyptus in there, and the podosporum, which again is this. We've got some beautiful dahlias in there now, and some orange spray roses. And also, what are those berries called again?
Hypericum.
Hypericum berries. And those are just beautiful. And she's also added some of this seeded eucalyptus, the burgundy seeded eucalyptus, and it just adds some really pretty color and pretty texture in there. All right, and here is centerpiece number 2. That is gorgeous. I love the purple dahlias and the beautiful little pops of color with the orange spray roses. Or you've done yourself. Yeah, it is beautiful. All right, we'll put that off to the side, and we'll show you one final centerpiece.
All right, so we're on to arrangement number 3. This is a bubble bowl or a fish bowl. Probably like a 8-inch one.
I think it is an 8-inch, yeah.
And so we're just going to collar it with greens and filler flowers. And with such a big opening or mouth, you're gonna have to have more greens for something that is bigger. Obviously, the bigger, the more stuff you have to put in it.
Yes.
The smaller, you can get away with probably like just like a half a bunch, but probably for an 8-inch plus, you're gonna have to probably have like I would say like a master and a half of pittosporum, or like a master of pittosporum plus some filler flowers.
Plus something else. What is a master?
Oh, this is a master.
For us lay people.
So
One bunch. It's
one
a bunch.
So it comes just in the floral world, they're called masters of bunches. So you can go to Sundix or anywhere and ask for a master of something, and they can price it out for you, or anywhere, any floral shop pretty much.
Okay. That's good to know. Learn something new every day.
Sometimes it's a little bit cheaper to buy it in the master bunch.
Okay, versus like because otherwise they put them in the plastic and they have these little individual bunches that might not have quite as much as a master. So it never hurts to ask you guys. And I remember, so we actually used a bunch of these. I got them online for this wedding last year, and they were pretty reasonable. I think they were only a couple bucks a vase. But one thing that we did last year that I loved, and you don't always have to do it because sometimes the stems in the bottom can be really beautiful, but we actually went outside last year and I had some large hostas.
Yep.
And you can pull the leaves right off of the hostas and line the inside of this bowl if you want to just see the beautiful leaf green around here instead of seeing all the stems. You can do it either way. Either way is beautiful, but some people just like that look.
There are also leaves that you can buy at floral shops as well. Sundix sells them. They're called either aspidistra leaves or tea leaves. Some people call them banana leaves. You can just go to the counter and say, I want that leaf in the...
That lines the vase. I want that giant leaf that you use to line your vases. Where is that? That's what I would say. So, and you guys also, when you're doing arrangements during the fall, don't be afraid to look outside in your yard and see what you've got out there. Like last year, I did Thanksgiving bouquets for on the table, and I actually still had some big, beautiful maple trees that had gorgeous leaves on them. So I literally went out there with my clippers and cut off a bunch of branches that, you know, in different spots all over the tree, so I didn't leave like one giant hole. But I used those beautiful red and orange leaves, and they really added something. Or go out and, I mean, you'll be surprised what's in your yard right now that's beautiful in color that you can use in here that's absolutely free. So
some people might have like Dusty Miller in their yards.
Yeah, I think we have
works
some
really
Dusty Miller.
well. And
or even hydrangea that are turning. Sometimes if you've got blue hydrangea in your yard, they'll turn a really beautiful deep purple color in the fall. Or white ones will turn this like really nice green, like deep green color. You guys, those can look beautiful all on their own in an arrangement. So again, don't be afraid to go look outside, maybe snoop into your neighbor's yard a little bit and see what they've got. Go down to your local park. You guys
use what you own.
There's no limit to where I will go if I see something that looks really nice. Okay, so this third bouquet is all done and looks absolutely amazing. So give us a little tip about when you were crossing those stems.
So when making an arrangement, you want to cross your stems when you're like when you're collaring it, like kind of do it opposite of each other.
Putting the filler in at the beginning.
To make it a sturdier base to be able to put your flowers in. And then I also just went out to Bridget's little pumpkin patch over there, and she had some pumpkins, and you can just throw those into an arrangement. We use skewers.
Some skewers, just pull them out of the drawer
and just
skewers and
shove it in, and then put it in your arrangement.
Which is super cute. And they're out there anyways. I mean, by Thanksgiving, your pumpkins are going to be kind of too cold outside anyways. Some of them might be, so just pull them in and stick them in your centerpiece, and they look adorable. So, well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Margo. I know everybody hopefully loved that. I know I did. I learned a ton. And we'll have her back for Christmas to do some Christmas arrangements to you guys. So for all the information on these arrangements and for more tips and tricks, make sure to visit ElizabethGraceGardens.com.